Hello and good morning, everyone. It's Michele Maher here this morning, and I'm here with Violet. Thank you so much, Violet, for giving me your time to talk to me about what we're going through and this new normal, you know, situation that we're living in, which it, we don't know how long we're going to be like this. So we need to really take the opportunity to just step right in and accept it and be present every day. So, Violet, can you just let us know a bit about who you are, what you do, what you're all about? Thank
Sure. So
you.
I am Violette de Ayala. I'm the founder and CEO of FemCity, and we create communities for women around the world that's based on positivity, gratitude, with collective gatherings as well that really change the lives of women that are part of it. And also, we're on a mission to help over 1 million women also create community where they either are launching businesses or going after their dreams. We have all the resources set up to help them, guide them, especially during this time.
Right, and I've been a member of FemCity since just shortly after since it basically launched in Toronto. And of course, I'm also the FemCity collective leader for Etobicoke, which I've been doing for a while now, and I love it. I love FemCity. I love everything about FemCity, the fabulous women I have met, and of course, I've been fortunate enough to have met you, Violet, when you've come up here to Toronto for our anniversary celebrations. Violet is in Miami, so she has much nicer weather than we have.
It's hot. It's like
Eh,
150 degrees already.
oh my gosh, yeah, yeah. So, so as I said, so for me, what I found is that it really everything changed and everything shifted so quickly with this whole coronavirus coming over to North America, and things just went so quickly, and I found myself almost getting into that fear flight mode when the NBA suspended their season, and like when sports were canceled. That kind of, to me, like, sports being canceled is huge. That doesn't happen, right? That's not something that happens. So I found that I was, getting down to that fear, which is a endless hole, and I knew I didn't want to stay there. So I shifted my mindset to look at this as an opportunity, coming together as community, that kind of thing. And what I find is having a routine is very important. It's okay to go, it's understandable to go through that fear, right? Because we lost control just like that, and there's so much uncertainty. So you have to let your emotions, you have to actually acknowledge your emotions, but let it go through you and out, right? And I think keeping a routine is definitely a good way to make sure that, to keep yourself going and set the tone for the day.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I think that we've been in this mode for a couple of weeks over here in Miami because we had my daughter was in Florence, and so when she had to
Oh, right.
evacuate, so we've been in this mode for a couple of weeks more than I think the general population has been because we had with Bianca being in Florence and then my husband working in New York City Monday through Friday over the last couple of months, like maybe 7 months he's been doing that, the big client there. So we had a lot of high risk components. And so we've been in this mode for a while. And even this morning, we've been trying to get into the routine of this new normal. And it's been great. But today my husband and I were talking about like how we need to really kind of start constructing the day where we have like the time blocks. Like we've been going on nightly strolls in the evening, but I was telling him like I think we need to start waking up in the morning at the same time every day. Like sometimes we're waking up now at 7 versus 6 o'clock. I was up at 6, to take my daughter, my youngest, to the bus stop. So
Right.
7 is sleeping in for me. It's like been really
Yes.
nice. But I was telling him like 7 or 7:20, like we need to get back into our routine of creating a routine, because if getting up at 7:20, then you're a little bit backward. You're not, like it's almost like it's every day is like a weekend. And I think there's a lot of benefit to creating more structure. So even if you've been kind of creating it, don't don't get upset with yourself. Like, it's all a process. I think I've been hearing a lot of
Right.
people getting angry with themselves of like, I'm eating more, or I'm not doing this, or I'm missing out on that, and like watching Netflix and I'm not working and I'm not working my business. And so I think it's okay to just, you know what, it is what it is. It has been a shock to everyone. I don't know anyone who's like, oh, this is not a shock. Everyone. I mean, even though we heard about it I remember
Hmm.
hearing about it first in actually in January. My daughter was supposed to go to Thailand. My youngest was supposed to go to
Oh,
on a school trip to Thailand, and I remember hearing about COVID-19 at the parent teacher orientation, like talking about their program and the curriculum and all that stuff. I remember the teacher saying that, another teacher saying, "Oh, don't mention that because that's not going to be. That's only there. It's really
only
small.
there.
It's not." That was the first. Yeah, that was the first time I'd heard of it.
Wow.
But it's been a process. So I think just forgive yourself if you've been a little bit loosey goosey lately. You know what? Just it is what it is. Start today. Create your routine. And I think even when you start creating the routine, to allow yourself the flexibility to edit and modify and tweak, because it's not going to probably be perfect today. But if you start kind of creating that intention, it'll start really developing into what really works for you, so that you can be productive. You can focus on your business. You can do all the things that you were trying to normally do now. At least that
Right.
will, instead of adding that stress, right? Like, oh my gosh, like that anxiety that you haven't done all these things. It's okay. It's fine. Reset, you know?
Right. That's true. Totally true. Because I know a lot of people are feeling a bit overwhelmed, and then they're feeling
Right.
guilty. They're judging themselves, saying, "Oh, I'm not getting enough done. I should be doing this." Because there's so much on the internet, so much on Facebook coming at you saying, "Get on your business now. This is your time. This is your chance. We don't know how long it is," and so on. But something that I was on a webinar with a life coach in Toronto the other day, and he just said, there's no point in counting the weeks or counting the days or anything like that, and worrying about how long we're going to be in this situation. He said, just be present. Worry doesn't serve you, right? Worry doesn't serve anybody. Just be present every day, to just be, and treat every day separate, and like kind of look to what you want to get done each day, and go from there. That's kind of
Absolutely.
was his
And this,
advice.
and yeah, and I think that there's also like, I've been very open about my journey, from coming from literally from nothing and creating wealth and then losing it all and then creating wealth again. So I
Right.
think that for me, I'm a little bit more gritty when it comes to these moments, because I've already gone through this pattern of like, I mean, not COVID, but hitting rock bottom in essence, right? Like hitting that reset, you're at zero, now what? And there is
Yes.
a level of beauty and grace in these moments where, yes, you don't know where food is going to come from, right? Or how you're going to pay your bills, you're going to get by the next day, all those questions, or business and all that stuff. But I remember feeling that each time I lost everything, like hitting rock bottom and then having to develop it up. But I remember also the beauty in designing and creating my life based on what I felt at that time was really important. And so if you look at this time as a way to level the playing field and say, now what? How am I going to not only maneuver this so that I can rise, even up level to another level, but I can do it in the way that I feel is authentic to me, and I don't have to, do it these ways that these people are telling me to do. I'm going to do it my own way, whether starting a side hustle, right? Or maybe it's doing, more video. Maybe it's doing more nonprofit work. Maybe it's getting out. So there are things that we can learn during this time. You can either sink or rise. And
Right.
really, I encourage those, to rise, to look at this time, because I've done it myself. So I'm telling you, if I can do it, you can do it. So even if it gets to a place, like stop, like you were saying, worrying doesn't help you. Saying negative things about yourself, that doesn't help you. Sitting there watching the news 24/7, it doesn't help you. What helps you? Start really crafting, get grounded, find clarity, and then go, and now what? How am I going to craft my life? Because everyone's in it. I mean, 6.6 million people filed for unemployment. Everyone is impacted by it. How do you maneuver so that you can rise and take action in that direction versus just waiting, like you were saying, counting down the days, counting down the weeks, counting down the hours? Like, just be present and now take action with what you have, what you are in control over. Take action, because there is a place there that you can actually rise even to greater heights than where you were. This is the time to start really dreaming that and then creating an action plan to get there.
Right. And there's so much technology. We have the technology, and so many people are offering free services, free webinars, courses. People that people that would normally charge thousands of dollars are now putting out their content and their courses for free. So you do have the opportunity to decide what you know part of your life you want to focus on, and go from there. There's all kinds of personal development and business courses. And of
Absolutely.
course the whole I was just going to say, sorry, one thing. You're such an inspiration to everybody as well, seeing that you've been open with that whole fact that you started with nothing, grew something wealth, and then lost it all. I think that was the 2008 crash, right?
Yeah. Yep.
In the US, because you had it a lot where, like, we didn't have our banks were fine.
Right.
Our banks didn't fail.
Right.
So
Well, and
we were okay.
twice. So I would
Oh,
the first time we hit rock bottom, I was 22, 20 or 20, 21 or 22. My husband had gotten married, and we had Christoph, and we just could not. He was still in school. I was working part-time. We just could not make ends meet. And so there was a lot of our life when we were first starting out unassisted financial assistance from the government, because we just could not get ourselves to that point. We were still kind of paying down debt for school. We couldn't even, it was a really bad time. So then I created wealth. I got into being in business for myself. I started my first business, and we were able to, and then Steve graduated, so he was able to make a good salary. We rose, and I started making investments. And then 9/11 happened, and that was bad again. And then we did it all over again. And then 2008, 2009 was
oh,
like just again. So it's been a couple of times. And my great grandfather went through the same thing in Cuba. He owned a railroad in Cuba, and he started as just a worker at the railroad station. So he rose to that level. But he would tell people he had actually lost and then gained, but no one knew, because he was able to regain back to that point before it really, it started impacting those around him. So he actually never told anyone. So it happens a lot.
oh, wow.
Yeah, it happens quite a bit. But anyway, I just wanted
Well,
to
it
mention it
does.
a
It
couple of
does.
times.
Yes, exactly. I mean, there's all the stories like that as well. And
Yeah,
the thing is, too, when you look at things, the way everything shut down and everything closed and shifted so quickly, just imagine if you flip that around to spreading love, kindness, and good in the world, how much good you could do so quickly. And
absolutely.
how, that's whenever it comes to the dreams that you have. um you always push it, you always have that negative self-talk. Oh, don't dream big, don't dream big. But the fact is, things that you never thought would happen, like sports being canceled, Olympics being
Right.
postponed a year, everything shut. Las Vegas is shut down. Like Las Vegas, there you are. That's shut
Yeah.
down. Imagine those things can happen. So why can't you have a dream to, change the world?
Right. Right.
It's
Absolutely.
the same idea.
And I think that this is also the time where people are seeing that more and more. I think, we're posting. I personally am trying to post more positive. Actually, I'm posting only positive content on
Positive and funny,
my
and
social
you're funny one.
and funny, positive and funny. I started doing that even more so during this time because there's so much out there. But I think it's also that it makes others feel more light, and then they start posting it also, and then those people. So
Yes.
there's a ripple effect as the way that we connect with others. um, I started doing that free group coaching for our members, and that has been so much. That's brought me so much joy. We did it yesterday. Not everyone can afford to hire me as a business coach for one-on-one, and so I was like, let me just offer it for free during this time. And we
Right.
had so much fun yesterday, and I'm able to help so many people, and I know it will come back to me with opportunities. So that there's that also that reality that I know to be true, that as you serve and you help others without anything in return, right, without expecting anything in return, the world just gives it back to you through opportunities. It probably is through somebody else or another organization, but take action and move forward. It's funny, we had Jenna Rodriguez. I don't know if you know her, Michelle. She's one of our global members, and she taught a class for us on this week, actually. I was thinking Friday. It's only Thursday, but she taught a class, and she was saying how she's using this time to get more speaking gigs. And she's a public speaker, and she had like 10 speaking gigs on Friday of last week. So she was saying that even like doing, she hopped on with one of our online networking, FemCity online networking things that we've been doing on Wednesdays. From that, she got 2 leads to actually now be a speaker for them. So the difference is that she's showing up, right? That when the opportunities come through, she's showing up and taking action. How many people got that same invitation to join me on a virtual gathering for free? Probably had the time, just didn't like, but she saw it as an opportunity. She stepped forward, and then she created 2 opportunities. From that, other people get to know her, right? And then she'll have more opportunities. So that's the other thing is like, look for opportunities now, because they're all over the place, and you can, you're probably not going to make it right now, but how do you leverage it so that more and more people know about you and your brand and the services that you and your superhero talent, all that stuff. Use that time now, but you've got to step forward. There's opportunities that are coming through every single day through the people that we know, especially through social media, like you mentioned. I mean, because we have this platform, we're able to at least connect. Imagine if this had happened in the 1980s. I mean,
Right.
like, you can't be calling people, like it's not the same as seeing this.
It's not. And I know for myself, I feel like I've been more social than before, just being on Zoom all the time, talking to so many people, and with all these online gatherings that there are. And
Yeah.
and like you were saying, the FemCity has all gone to online, like our
Right.
collective meetings we're having online, but you're offering all these free classes and, like you said, the group coaching and the virtual networking, which is just great. So there's so much opportunity for people to take advantage of. Uh, but at the same time, you just want to make sure to get, you have to give yourself grace. And if you need that
Right.
day or that time to like lay in bed because your emotions are, your emotions are just, you have to accept, you have to respect your emotions and take that downtime that you need as well
Absolutely.
without judging yourself.
Right.
That's the thing,
Like
right?
a couple of weeks ago, that when this happened, we hopped on an online. It was our first virtual gathering, I think, and some of the members just cried a little bit, just kind of like they were confessing that there were moments where they just had to take a break and go into the bathroom and just kind of, get emotional about it. So
Yeah,
that's okay. This is crazy. So it's okay to have that. You don't want to be doing that all day, every day. I mean, you
right,
want to move forward and help and step into that place that you're destined to be in a great, beautiful light. But it's okay to feel that, process that. And then, okay, I feel better. Now what can I do? How can I take action so I can design my life,
right,
my future? Increase my business revenue when this is all over.
right. Because when it is all over, people are going to be craving um, real in-person connection, and
Yeah.
um, and some of these places are going to have lineups, like say the hair salon.
Yeah, I know. I'm already starting to get my little 1 inch white around my forehead.
I
I thank God I
don't.
bought a whole bunch of these things because I'm just gonna let it grow white. I'm just like and yeah. But
Yeah.
imagine, and not only that, like even, um, I'm feeling very blessed these days. I'm trying to look at all the blessings, and my whole
Yes.
family is here with me, so that's been
Right.
beautiful. But I can't wait to be able to hug my friends. You know what I mean? Or like
Yes.
fly up and hug all of you guys at the FemCity Toronto. Like there are, I think that's going to be a really big celebration. I can't even imagine that feeling of and never taking it for granted. Like I used to take, not that I took it for granted, but seeing my girlfriends all the
No.
time, and we would do Pilates all the time. But now it's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see others. How
Yes.
exciting!
True. True. There's so many things that you can just not, like you say, not that you were taking it for granted, but so many things you never thought would be gone
Yeah,
are gone temporarily,
right,
right? Um,
right.
So the thing is, for the people, the businesses like the hair salons, nail salons, massage therapists, like here they all had to close. They had to close
Here
for a
too.
2-week period, which has not been revisited. But for us, school was initially closed for 2 weeks after March break. Now it's going to be closed all of April. That's the new thing, but it changes all the time again.
I think
And
ours is May 30th now. I think in Miami, schools are closed until May 30th. So our kids are
okay.
not going back. I mean, May 30th, they finish June 2nd. So they're not going back to
Oh,
school.
no,
Right.
no.
I mean, I'm reading between the lines, but I can't imagine.
Yeah, and for us in Toronto, they just canceled everything, every event up to the end of June was just
Wow.
canceled, including the Pride Parade, which is a huge, the Toronto Pride Parade's huge. So, but it's so those people that have the brick and mortar that had to shut down, like hair salon, like those ones,
Yeah.
they can't service their clients physically. However, they can do things online like videos helping us with our hair. I understand there were some people, some hairstylists that have posted videos on how to cut your bangs. It'd be nice if somebody also from a nail salon told you what to do to help you
Right. Right.
in this period of time. And then of course massage therapists, they can give videos on, exercises that you might, stretches that you
Pressure
might do,
points. Yeah, pressure
things like
points,
that.
like putting your things here. I mean, everyone's probably I've had a headache for like the last couple of weeks that kind of comes and goes. And so it's like, even if someone were to tell me, put lavender on your temples and massage them for 30 seconds in every direction. I mean, whatever. So every business has the opportunity. You have musicians that are now going on Instagram. We had one member yesterday who's a musician, and she was sharing that she on this platform and she put herself on there and she had all these clicks now. And so, now is the time to see like, how can you
Get
think out of the
creative.
box and get
Yes.
creative? And everyone's doing it. I mean, what I've really enjoyed is all the news. I watch MSNBC when I do have the news on. I watch MSNBC and all the experts that they have on. No one is set up for this, right? Their background, it looks crazy. It has like books that are like out of order. It's got an old coffee mug. So everyone is like not perfect. And that's actually really refreshing because it makes those that were a little bit scared and fearful to say, you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect. I can have white hair across my hairline. I can have an old cut because like this wall, I have to paint this wall. We're renovating the house, as you know. And so I
Mm-hmm.
have to paint this wall because it's got all this water damage. So I'm doing that tonight. But like it's fine. I normally would have been freaking out. Like, you know what? Who cares? Everyone knows we're trying to make do with where we're at, and so I've loved that. It's really refreshing to see like people are just showing up and being real and thinking out of the box and just sharing what they know for others. And humans do business with humans they like. And so if you can connect with someone through social media, sharing your talents and your wisdom, when this is all over, you're going to be top of mind, for them to
Right.
reach out to you, to make that purchase. My gosh, you know what? I followed you, for example. That ring is gorgeous. So how did you, this is the ring. It's from this thing. It has this power because it's a stone. And like sharing that information, people are like falling in love with you and your designs. And when this is over, like, oh my gosh, Michelle got me through this. You know what I mean? Like she
Yeah.
was like my highlight of this. I'm so going to buy that ring or whatever.
Right.
So there are ways that you can, as you said, be positive and maneuver through this as best as you can.
Yeah, it's all about, right now it's all about serving, right? It's all
Right.
about serving, and that's what you've really stepped into doing. And I've seen so many people stepping right into that, just serving. Just, whether it be every morning on Facebook Live, you ask me questions. And like you say too, it just shows everyone is equal, right? It doesn't matter if you are a billionaire, millionaire, whatever, you're, one of these movie stars or huge musician, you're locked up in your home too. Like everybody's locked up in their home, and
Right.
everybody's the same. And money isn't gonna get you out of this situation. So it was nice to see the last weekend the Elton John concert where he had
Mm-hmm.
all the and everybody's playing from their living room. or their whatever, their studio
Right.
in their house. And again, you see inside of their home. And then I watch The Walking Dead, and there's Talking Dead after it, where he normally has them in a studio talking to them, but everybody's in their own home again. So you see inside, you see their life. Like you have more insight
Yeah.
into their life, and that they are not perfect, like you say,
Right.
and that we're all equal. And
Everyone's
and
equal.
and so we're all coming together right now as a community. Everybody, I see that. At first on Facebook, everything was very much the fear and panic and the grocery store lines and no toilet
Oh my
paper anywhere,
gosh.
all that stuff.
We
That
just got toilet paper. Like, how crazy is that? We just got our own roll at the store like a couple of days ago.
yeah, that really, well, that's the fear, right? That's the fear just taking over and being very um contagious. But on the flip side, same thing with community and serving. And I've seen quite a shift in the social media where it is much more positive and serving, and everybody just sharing love for each other and things like that. So there has definitely been a shift. And like you say, don't watch the news, because if you watch the news, it's just gonna, there's nothing you can do. You can't control it. You have to stay informed. You have to know what you're supposed, what you are supposed to be doing, what they're asking you to do. Stay inside, and all the hand washing and everything like that. But not to focus on things like that. Focus on, like you say, a lot of people having your family home. The kids are home. Everybody's together. People are coming up with, reconnecting with family and things like that. So there's a lot of positive that's coming out of this whole situation
Yeah. Yeah.
as well.
I agree. Yeah. It's taken me a
Yeah.
while to get there. I was super stressed. I mean, like everybody, you were super stressed at the beginning and
Yes.
trying to figure out. But I think the last 2 days I've been like much more relaxed and just more calm. I'm also so scared of getting it. That took up a lot of my energy of just like being so fearful, But I think I would have gotten it already between my child from Florence coming back, then Steve coming back from New York City, then Christoph, our oldest one that was living in Berlin and came home. I mean,
Oh,
between like all
you
in
had
a
a
big
higher
petri dish.
higher chance, yes, definitely,
Yeah.
of being exposed to it. Yeah, for sure. So that's the thing. And stress doesn't serve you well either, because it of course suppresses the immune system, right?
Right.
So
Right.
the positivity and love vibrates much higher than fear. So it all
Yeah.
helps to boost your immune system, as well as
Absolutely.
getting outside and getting the sun and getting the fresh air and the exercise.
I
I
know.
think a lot of people are appreciating nature a lot
Yes.
more, where they
Yeah.
didn't, maybe they wanted to go for walks on a regular basis, but they just didn't make the time for it. Now people, now they have the time to get out every day, and they're actually noticing the wildlife, well, wildlife, squirrels,
Yeah.
um, and the at least for where I live, the birds chirping, and of course
Yes.
the trees blossoming, and stuff like
Yeah, all
that.
that
So
stuff. So where we live, we moved off this little island. Thank God we moved off because that island had no Wi-Fi, so I would have really been struggling. But we moved to the mainland, and we live in this suburban but downtown area, so like a suburban downtown. But our street is like the main drag, and it's always at like 7 in the morning. People are honking, blowing their horns because people aren't paying attention. They're texting and not driving forward with the lights. Anyway, it's been during this time. There are no cars out,
right,
no cars, and everyone, like you're saying, everyone's walking around, bike riding, families are together. And the other day, so Steve and I tried taking walks at night, like around 8 o'clock at night, just to kind of stroll and get some fresh air. And yesterday we were walking back, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love the sound of that neighbor's water fountain, like a little water fountain thing that they have outside.
yes.
And it wasn't the water fountain; it was the trees wrestling, like through the air. It was
Oh,
the most beautiful sound ever. I would have never heard that though because of all the noise. And then
no,
we have neighbors of ours that We Akira and Kaomi, that they walk. They're so cute. They're a cute little couple. They walk, every night. They've always walked every night. And she was saying now you can see the stars more. So they're like these like really, like it's almost like if you blink, you'll miss these beautiful moments that we normally would have never noticed of being
Right.
outside. And I know some of our members, where they live, they're not even able to walk, so they can only specifically in some of the European cities where you're
Oh,
not
I
even allowed
know.
to walk around you can only step outside, but some places you can't even walk after like 200 feet or whatever it is from your property. So for them,
Right.
I understand, but there's still so much beauty in that. Like even like you were saying, like wildlife, like we have all these security cameras around. I now really laugh that we have raccoons and possums and like a variety of cats that come at night. I don't know what they're doing, but they're lingering around and they're kind of scouting. But I think it's because there's no cars around. Like they're just like
They're out
finally
more.
able to roam.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
last night it was a raccoon that, oh my gosh, Michelle, it was like the funniest video. I sent it to my husband. It's on a security camera at night, so it looks black and white. And so all of a sudden you see him coming from a little corner and you see him like scurrying a little bit and you can see him just running, but they're having a great time. I don't know if I want to be outside when they're like crawling around, but it's nice to see that even nature is enjoying the slowness and the stillness of now.
Right. They are. They are. I guess they're coming out more because they can.
Exactly. They
Because
can.
they can. Yeah. I think the cars and the traffic and everything like that. And I have gone for a few drives, across the city just to
Right.
kind of get out and have a look what's happening. And
Right.
there's no traffic, and for us
Right.
traffic is terrible. So 401 is empty, and that's, except for trucks, it's pretty
Right.
empty, so I can get across quickly. That's nice. But
Yeah, it's like so. I mean, it's lovely, right? I haven't driven
yeah.
my car. I drove last week. I went to the landscape. There's like a farm where we buy little plants. I've been working on my garden a lot more. Now there's no
Oh,
traffic, so I feel like more free to work on my garden and be outside and like weeding all the beds. And so we drove to the farm to pick up more plants, and it was just lovely. Like we
yeah.
took our convertible. We have this old convertible. We took the old convertible and put the plants in the back, and I went with my daughter, but there's no one around. And the farm place, everyone was really far away. I mean, there's no one there, so it was safe to be outside, and yeah, it's just enjoying the little small moments that usually leave us
Right.
impact.
I think that's what it is. It's the small moments, the small
Small
moments that
moments.
you're appreciating more and being grateful more for.
Yeah,
It Yeah, really, that's for sure. And just coming together as a community. Yeah.
I have loved even getting to know our members even more. I mean, I always try to get to know them, but now that we're doing so much online,
Right.
even like this morning, South Bend, Indiana is launching a FemCity chapter, and I was able to hop on and be there with them for their first gathering,
Oh,
kind of share the
nice.
story of FemCity. And yeah, next week I'm going to Patty in Boca Del Rey. She's doing Zoom for the first time, so I'm actually going to be on there with her to make sure that she's set up. But that's so lovely. Like I love spending time in all of our chapters, but I just physically I can't travel to 120, 130 locations. Now I can. Like now
But
I can
now
even
you
just for 5
can.
minutes. Yeah, now I
Yeah.
can see everyone smile and I can kind of check in, and that's been also another blessing for me, getting to know more people on a more personal level.
That is. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's definitely a plus that we have this technology. We had a dinner party last weekend, three couples together on Zoom. Same thing. It was,
Oh, I love that.
it's just nice to be able to have a conversation outside of your family and outside of your business as well.
Right.
So it was
Yeah, it's
nice.
just silly. I had
Yeah.
my first happy hour last Friday with my girlfriends. Um, we are 5 in the group. We all live within the neighborhood, and it was actually really cute. Just seeing each other, and it was 2 hours. We just giggled, and for my birthday's April 14th, and I'm doing a dance party for all of us. So I'm
Right.
gonna try to get a friend of mine who's a DJ who plays like really good music, like DJ quality music, to create some sort of playlist, and we'll just get on for 10 minutes, dance together, and then that's it, and then just kind of go on. So
Oh, that's nice.
So
Yes, I
yeah,
saw
I hope
that.
you will be able to make it.
Yes, yeah, for sure. I saw that. Nice, nice, nice
Wear
for
a
sure.
hat.
So, yeah. Oh, I do have to reach out to my hairstylist and ask her what can I do? Because I have four
You still
colors
look
in my hair,
great.
but it's
Yes,
fine
it looks
now.
great.
It's fine now. It's fine now. I don't. Yeah, yeah.
I was
So
gonna try to get Madison Reed for mine, but anyway.
so the I guess the important thing is to, keep a positive mindset, start looking at your daily habits, possibly coming up with some new habits, new routines,
Hmm.
things that you have always wanted to do, and said, just when I have time, I'll do it, that kind of thing. And just focus on what makes you happy. I think also the other thing is your book, The Self-Guided Guru, is
Yeah.
something that I know you're doing that book club, and I'm really enjoying that. I think that is a good book to go through at this point in time, to read through. It really helps people get your clarity and your balance, and figure out, like you say, figure out what you want your life to look like when we get out of this, on the other side of this. And I think from that perspective, it's a great book to go through too. So I will definitely put the link for that underneath this video as well.
Thank you. Yeah, and so that book club, it's funny because I was thinking like that day, I was like, what can I do more? Again, I think we all feel called to do more, to help more. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do. And Giselle in Rio Grande Valley, our Rio Grande Valley president for FemCity, she had posted like the day before, Violet, you should do a book club. This is a perfect time, because we had done a virtual book club with Rio Grande Valley a couple months ago when the book came out. And I was like, oh, that's a good idea, but I don't know if I have time. I don't know if anyone would want that. And then like as things come out, like two more people said the same thing. And so I started it. And the book is free, as you know, in the group as well, because I wanted to make sure that if someone was really in a bad place and couldn't afford, I think the book originally on Amazon was $8 for the Kindle version. The lowest I could bring it down on Amazon's guidelines was $2.09. That was like the least that they would let me charge. So I did that, but also you have the PDF inside the group for free too, because I don't want, one of the things I've been really conscious of is that, $3 could be a lot of money for some people. And I don't want them to feel like they can't be a part of the virtual book club because they don't have the $3 to spend. So it is in there for free as well. And it's not, I mean, it's a PDF. So it's not like, the book is like beautiful, but the PDF, it has all the information. We've been doing the worksheets together, and it's been really nice. That's actually been a really nice addition to my Sunday morning too, is to meet with women that are spiritually connected or wanting to add more to that aspect of
Right.
life now. So that's been a big gift for me.
Yes. Yeah. No, I have enjoyed it. As well, you've offered the FemCity membership, where it was a free 30 days is now a free 60 days. And I think this is a great time for people to jump in on that, because there's so much online, so many worksheets and personal development and business that they can work through during this period of time, as well as the 20-week how to launch and grow a business course too, and all the
Yeah.
classes, and then all these online, which, like, there's just so much. You have to decide what you
What
want
you
to
want.
focus on and where you
Yeah.
want to, spend your time. But
Right.
everything's there. Lots of
Right.
opportunity, that's for sure.
And we added the $9. So now you can join for $9.99. And we added that. It was actually going to come up now as a promo anyway for the month of April. But I was talking to Lynn the other day. I think we should just keep it there for a while until we get out of this, because $9 is definitely more affordable than the $15.99. And again, my intention is to make it so that all women, the free 60 days. So you can really use a lot, like that 20-week course. You can go through that for the classes that you want on how to launch a business. There's
Yeah.
like how to create a YouTube channel, how to use Canva, how to create a website through Squarespace. There's like a lot of information there that you can utilize in 60 days. But after that, $9, I think I'm going to keep it for a while like that until we get out of this. So
Right. Yeah. No, it's just nice. There's so many people serving each other, and everybody wanting to help each other is
Right.
really nice. That's a nice thing to see coming out of this.
Yeah.
And everybody coming together as a community, getting groceries for other people,
I
that
know.
type of thing as well.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
it is.
Yeah. Even our members, Michelle, like even on the Facebook group, like sometimes someone will post something like, I need this. And then you can see all these women. I can help you. I help you. I know this person. So even like, even within, like, I don't know, I've just been really, I know that our members are all very much like you and like Lynn, that give and want to serve and make the world a better place. But now I'm actually seeing it, and that's been also really emotional in a good way to see like all these women want to help each other. So
Right.
it's just a little snippet of like what you're saying, like neighbors getting groceries for other neighbors, and it's just yeah.
It is. It is. And it's happening, I think, on a whole global basis.
Right.
I think that this is something that is going to continue after we get through this. I think
I
people
think
are
so.
going to appreciate their neighbors, appreciate other people in the community a lot more
Yeah.
than before. That is my hope. Yeah. All right, Violet, thank you so much for giving me your time this morning. That was great to talk to you about everything. It's like I say, we're going to get through this together as a community, and with love, with love and kindness, right? That's we'll share our love
Always
together.
love and kindness. Thank you so much
Yes.
for having me, Michelle. I always enjoy talking to you. So thank you.
All right, thank you so much. All right, bye everybody.
Bye.